For Mike Clevenger, the scars from his second Tommy John surgery may remain. But today, the long journey back to the mound is over. After missing the entire 2021 season, Clevenger takes the hill in Cleveland, where his career began. It was here where Clevenger's talents emerged, a dominant force that helped send Cleveland to 3 consecutive postseason appearances. Today, he sets out to pave a new path to success for himself and the fans in San Diego. Welcome back, Mike. We welcome you to Cleveland, Ohio. It is cloud covered, but at least it is not raining. Got postponed last night, so we'll play 2 today from Progressive Field in Cleveland. It's the San Diego Padres and the Cleveland Guardians. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. The return of Mike Clevenger today. After 2 Tommy John surgeries, he is back, ready to go, and a mound that he is familiar with.
Tell you what, Donnie, this guy is coming out here this afternoon and anticipating this start for a long, long time. The grueling rehab and the strength of this Padres is the rotation. So hopefully a healthy Mike Clevenger can do just that. He returns, as you said, from the second Tommy John surgery. 2020 with the Padres. He only had 4 starts, had the nice ERA, but look at when he was healthy with the Cleveland Indians back then. 42-22 record, the great ERA of 3.20 and 10 strikeouts. The bottom line is this: when he is healthy, he's got nasty stuff. So look for Mike Clevenger to go about 85-ish pitches this afternoon, and hopefully he gets into the 5th, maybe the 6th inning.
During spring training, there are a lot of rumors about Jose Ramirez possibly coming to San Diego. He signs a long-term deal with Cleveland, and he's on fire.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's get this right up from the get-go. Don't let this guy beat you, and this is why. The switch-hitting third baseman, 30-year-old, MLB rankings this season. RBIs first, extra base hits tied for first. You see where I'm going here. He's got extra base power. He can hit for average, 7 home runs. Named the American League Player of the Month. This guy's got pull power. He can go the other way, but this is the bottom line. Don't let this guy beat you.
Coming up, there are many familiar faces here in Cleveland as the Guardians and Padres have made many trades the last couple of years. Annie Halbrin will explain when we return on Valley Sports San Diego.
To Progressive Field as Josh Naylor warms up. He's hitting .313 this season, one of 5 Guardians hitting over 300. And it's not just Mike Clevenger facing his former team today. It's 4 Guardians facing their former team in the Padres, including Naylor, also Cal Quantrill, Austin Hedges, and Franmil Reyes, all who were a big piece of the Padres clubhouse before being traded. Hedges with San Diego for 6 seasons. Franmil beloved by fans and teammates. And in fact, I saw Franmil yesterday after the game was postponed. He was walking to the Padres clubhouse, big smile on his face to reunite with his former teammates, and it was awesome. They were ecstatic to see him. So it should be a fun and emotional one today, starting with Mike Clevenger, who will take the mound for the first time since 2020. Let's get some sunshine on this cloudy day in Cleveland. Padres, Guardians, first pitch up next on Valley Sports San Diego.
Padres by UC San Diego Health, official health provider of the San Diego Padres. By Jack in the Box, craving a home run? Well, root on your Padres so you can get a free Jumbo Jack with a large drink purchase the day after the game. Now also on the Jack app. And by your San Diego County Toyota dealers, we make it easy. Welcome back to Cleveland. Mike Clevenger has thrown his warm-up tosses in the bullpen. Now back in the dugout as we've got light rain falling right now. Time for the weather report brought to you by AGS Solar. It is 49 degrees, 15 miles per hour from the north-northwest, and a chance for rain really the rest of the day, although right now just kind of cloudy, misting, Not the best weather in the world, but we are going to play baseball. In fact, 2 games today. As we check out the Padres starting lineup, brought to you by Mozzie Heating, Air, and Solar. Trent Grisham at the top of the order with Jake Cronenworth at second base. It's Manny Machado at third. Jurickson Profar in left field with Eric Hosmer at first base. Ha-Sung Kim, the shortstop. Matt Beatty is the DH batting 7th with Austin Nola doing the catching. And Trace Thompson gets a start in right field in game 1. On the mound for the Cleveland Guardians is Zach Plesac.
Yeah, he's the nephew of, if the last name rings a bell, Dan Plesac, the left-hander that pitched about 38 years in the big leagues. Zach, his 5th start. He had a really good career, by the way. But Zach Plesac, a 3.80 ERA. Opponents hitting .282. And for this right-hander, the fastball, slider, curveball, and the changeup. Not a hard thrower, about 91-92 on that fastball.
Let's check out the Guardians defensively. It is Richie Palacios in left field, Miles Straw in center, and Stephen Kwan in right. Third to first around the infield, Jose Ramirez at third base, Ahmed Rosario at short, Andres Jimenez at second base, and Josh Naylor at first. Luke Maile does the catching for Zach Plesac.
Hopefully the Padre offense, as we take a look at Terry, a.k.a. Tito Francona. His dad played in the big leagues a long time. Terry himself has had a great big league career. So it was good to see the skipper yesterday. And as Trent Grisham steps up to home plate, stepping up to the mic is the voice of the San Diego Padres. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Don Orsillo. Donnie?
Thanks very much, Mudley. Here we go. Game 1 of a doubleheader from Cleveland. And the first pitch of this one is going to miss outside for ball 1. So Trent Grisham leading it off here for the Padres, to be followed by Cronenworth and Machado. In this first inning, popped up around second base, the shortstop Rosario. A little stagger, but he'll make the catch for out number 1. Well, remember to enter the Saquon Scouting Report sweepstakes. Follow at Bally Sports SD on Twitter and reply to today's Saquon Scouting Report with more or less using the hashtag Saquon Scout. Visit ballysports.com for full rules and details. Trent Grisham and Jake Cronenworth have both reached base safely in 6 straight games. If you think the Padres' top 2 hitters in the order will combine to reach base 3 or more times today, reply more. If you think 2 or fewer times, reply less. Here is Jake Cronenworth, who will take a pitch outside.
Plesac kind of a short arm. What I mean by that is when he gets that arm swing out of the glove, he keeps it tucked behind his body, then right out of the top of his cap. A little deception working on right there from the right-hander. Just threw a nice slider. He got squeezed on that call.
2-0 pitch is up top, and he falls behind 3-0.
Boy, last time out, he got knocked around a little bit. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 were earned. So hopefully the Padres can get on base and a lot of offense early in this one.
There's a strike. Appeared to be taken all the way. It was Cronenworth. A light rain or a mist, just kind of.
Yeah, low clouds, huh?
Yeah. You look up to the buildings and tough to see the tops of them. Lights are on here, and that is just going to miss low. So a 1-out walk for Jake Cronenworth. Manny Machado is coming up next here for the Padres. It's time for the Kia player profile. There's career batting average against Cleveland. Manny Machado, .350 in his career against Cleveland, and certainly had an opportunity to play them on a semi-regular basis when he was a member of the Baltimore Orioles. Manny beginning the year on fire. .375 to start the day. Over to first, and diving back safely is Cronenworth. Fifth start of the year for Plesac.
Well, Plesac at times has a streak of wildness. I mean, almost 2 walks per 9, which isn't bad, but right out the get-go here in the first, got to take advantage of that walk there. An extra base hit would be nice. We know how well Manny Machado's been swinging the bat.
1-0 is downstairs, and it's 2-0. Not missing by a bunch, but he is missing. Cronenworth and falls behind Machado now 2-0.
I've seen a lot of pitchers this road trip, Donnie. Sliders down and away off the plate. And it looks like Manny's got a good read on it. He's just letting it go, spitting on it.
A close pitch, and it's ball 3. Grisham popped out to short. Cronenworth walks. Terry Francona and his Guardians had a tough time against winning teams this year. Throw over to first base, and back is Cronenworth. They have taken care of some of the lesser lights across Major League Baseball, but not so much against winning teams. He's blowing in from right center field as Machado will take the walk. Back-to-back walks allowed by Plesac here in the first inning. Let's take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud.
And the pitch arsenal from Zach Plesac this season. The four-seamer, changeup, slider, curveball, and the sinker. But look at the location. All up in the zone, middle and up. Now, there's nothing wrong with the four-seamer up. When you got 2 strikes, you can expand. But look at it's into the lefties, away to the righties, catching a lot of the zone, especially the blue and the orange. That's the sinker. And the breaking ball there, too much of the zone. And those are pitches that can get crushed.
11 pitches, 9 balls so far for Plesac, and that's in there for strike 1. Jumps ahead of Jurickson Profar. And Profar on this trip has been hitting in the cleanup spot for the Padres, and starting the day at 176. 5 homers, 15 runs batted in, and his first 22 games of the year. On the ground, but foul. Just hooked that one.
You know, 2 walks, as you mentioned, Donnie, back-to-back for the Padres. Uncharacteristic for Plesac in 21 1/3 innings in the month of April pitched. He only walked 4, so already half of what he has walked.
770 OPS allowed this season to the opponent. 7th worst among Major League starters. Walking 2 here in the first inning. See if the Padres can take advantage of it.
This should be a good matchup for Jurickson. Plesac doesn't, he's not going to light up the radar gun. You know, he's not 96, 98. He's 90, 91.
He's calling out Luke Maile. Get on the same page here after the back-to-back walks, and get that runner out there at second base now as well. Head this time of Profar 0-2. With Cronenworth at second and Machado at first. Swing and a miss, and Profar strikes out. So went to the slider, ended up being kind of a high slider, but it's effective. It's the first strikeout for Zach Plesac.
We just mentioned his arsenal and the pitches being up in the zone and in the middle of the zone. That one works effectively for Plesac with the swing and miss.
2 on, 2 down, and Eric Hosmer coming up. The start to his season, the Padres first baseman. 382, 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. The OPS over 1,000. Swing at that first pitch, and a changeup that time.
That was a really good one. Aggressive arm swing. Ball just kind of floated up there.
Those career RBIs against Cleveland. Eric Hosmer, 3rd on that list. Miguel Cabrera just got his 3,000th recently. Jose Abreu 76, and then Eric Hosmer was 70. And at one time was in this division. The Kansas City Royals. Ripped into right center field for Eric Hosmer. From second base, Cronenworth will score. 2/3 goes Machado, and the Padres are on the board 1-0. Eric Hosmer drives in the Padres' first run of the day.
We just get done talking about it. An RBI opportunity for Eric Hosmer. And what is the pitch? It's another pitch that's up. It's off the plate. Remember the breaking ball he took the opposite way in Pittsburgh for a home run, the curveball? This is an off-speed pitch off the plate to the pull side. Jake Cronenworth passes go, and the Padres are on the board.
First and third with 2 down, a run in. And Ha-Sung Kim coming up here for the Padres. Getting the start at shortstop in game 1 today. .250 with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in for Kim. 3 for 12 in the series against the Pirates. Strike call. A home run in that series, a double as well.
I think this should be a good matchup for Kim. As I mentioned, Plesac 89-90 on the fastball.
Seems better against the guys that don't throw all that hard. Fly ball center field, sending Straw back, going back towards the track, and on the edge of it, he'll make the catch out there. We're out number 3, but the Padres get a run in the first. The Guardians are coming up. Check out Terry Francona's starting lineup, brought to you by Appliance Alley. Miles Straw at the top of the order with Stephen Kwan in right field, Jose Ramirez at third base, Owen Miller is the DH, old friend Josh Naylor at first base, Ahmed Rosario is at shortstop, Andres Jimenez at second base, Luke Maley does the catching, and Richie Palacios is in left field for the Guardians. On the mound for the Padres, a welcome sight, the return of Mike Clevenger.
Well, it might be 49 and overcast today in Cleveland, but there's sunshine right in the middle of the ball diamond by the name of Mike Clevenger. Welcome back, Mike. About 85-ish pitches this afternoon. Check the velocity, check the location. Good luck, Mike. Go get him.
Miles Straw leading it off here for the Guardians. Straw at 289 homers and 3 runs batted in. First 22 games of the year for the Guardians center fielder. Popped up into shallow left. Kim now moving back a second, and the wind playing with that ball quite a bit, and able to make the catch for out number 1. Let's check out the players on the field, presented by Players Club at Valley View Casino. It's Profar in left, Grisham in center. Thompson gets a start in right field in game 1. Third to first, Machado, Kim, Cronenworth, and Hosmer, with Nola doing the catching for Clevenger. Down here in the bottom of the first inning, and Stephen Kwan, his career off to a fabulous start for the Guardians. .340 average to start the day. No homers and 7 runs batted in.
Had quite an April. Stands close to the plate.
Rookie of the month. This will take a higher strike. What are you looking for today? You mentioned velocity was one thing.
Velocity and location. Yeah, a guy come. You know, he had 3-4 rehab starts. Mike Clevenger did, and all signs go, or else he wouldn't be here today. So, look at the velocity. Look at the breaking ball. The sharpness of it. Can he keep it down? Nice. Oh, he's got the yacker there.
I think of all places for him to return, this was really good the way this lined up.
It's storybook, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the place seems very comfortable in, obviously. Here's what he features.
Here's the arsenal, the four-seamer. We've seen that. We've seen the curveball already. He's got that slider as well. More than a handful of pitches, but pretty much just sticks to the traditional arsenal. The four-seamer, the slider, curveball, and a changeup for Clevenger. See that little grate they've got on the mound there so they can get all that gunk off the spikes. Wet grass going on the dirt kind of gathers up into your cleats.
Clumps up.
Yep.
Lights this one off. Foul on the ground. It'll stay foul. Well, in Padres pitchers K9, your canine or feline wins if the Padres strike out 9 or more batters in a game. Petco members can visit participating Petco locations the next day to score a free dog or cat toy with an eligible purchase. Visit petco.com/PadresK9 for details. One out in the first inning, and a 2-2 to Kwan. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. An elevated fastball at 94, and there's the first strikeout for Mike Clevenger. 2 down.
Well, that's a good sign. Up in the zone by design at 94. And that's, he wants it up there. Nola was out of the crouch a little bit. He wanted it in. Boy, did you see his leg across home plate there on that kick? Good pitch by Mike Clevenger.
2 down here in the first inning for Jose Ramirez, and what a start he's having. I think he's going to be here for a while, and all the rumors during spring training that he may be coming the Padres' way at one point. As it turns out, he signs a long-term deal with the Guardians and has started so well this year. 341, 7 home runs.
Boy, that last strikeout to Kwan is a big one. This guy doesn't strike out a lot. Only 9% of the time for Kwan. But guess what? Clevenger with the fastball got him, and he just threw a really nice changeup. That last pitch there.
Jose Ramirez with 28 RBIs in 22 games. Second most in club history, only behind Manny Ramirez's 30 back in 1999.
He stands on the plate as well. Look at how close he is. His toes are touching that front chalk line, inside chalk line.
Incidentally, in 99, Manny Ramirez ended up with 165 RBIs.
Wow.
Yeah. Not to say that Jose Ramirez will end up there, but who knows? He started. It backs him off a little bit with that fastball in, trying to get him off that inside edge.
Maybe set him up for a changeup here.
Here are the splits as a left-handed batter. OPS over 1,000 and 5 home runs at 20 RBIs. Clearly better from this side.
See if this is the changeup here. Yep, you can see in his glove.
This is away, and that's ball 4. A 2-out walk to Ramirez. So very careful in dealing with him. You really have to be.
Absolutely. What did we say in the open, right? Don't let this guy beat you. I know it's early in the ball game, but hey, maybe the next guy, go after the next guy. Owen Miller. Another thing I look at, Donnie, is body language on the mound. He looks confident. He looks like the Mike Clevenger when he was healthy.
There's Owen Miller, 377, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. He's the DH in game 1. A throw over to first base. Ramirez dives back safely. Wind is blowing, I think, in, right? The big flag anyway is.
Yes.
Right center field.
Yep.
There's a gap out there. Very high that time at 95. Definitely played with the pop-up off the bat of Miles Straw to begin this, the bottom of the first inning. Kim was able to catch back a second. For the first, and diving back again safely is Ramirez.
Nice quick move. That's for sure. Throwing a dart over there to first base.
Padres on top 1-0. Mike Clevenger's first game back here in a Padres uniform. First time we've seen him since 2020. Falls behind 2-0.
3 rehab starts for the right-hander. Lake Elsinore. Next 2 in El Paso. Combined 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs. He struck out 10.
He's throwing 5 straight balls right now. Only behind Miller, 2-0. Staying away, and it's 3-0. Tried the slider that time, and it wasn't tantalizing enough.
Yeah, that's one of those sliders that starts out of the hand and the hitter can recognize it and just spit on that one.
Strike right in there, and it's 3-1. Straw to pop out to short. Juan, he struck out swinging on a high fastball. Jose Ramirez walks, and he's fallen behind Owen Miller, 3-1.
Remember, Owen Miller was one of the principals in that 9-player deal with Clevenger. Going to the other side. Change up. Fastball away. So no pitch count. Traditional signals. Hook 'em horns. Let's see if that's the cutter.
Runner goes, and the pitch is a strike. Throw down there, and Ramirez is safe. So a stolen base for Jose Ramirez, adding on to some pretty incredible numbers to begin the year.
Let's check out the jump. Kind of a short lead. Yeah, that's a good jump. High leg kick from Clevenger. It takes a long time to get to home plate, and he gets to the bag before Cronenworth gloves that one.
Worth keeping the tag on him just in case he came off, but he did not.
And Clevenger made a good pitch. That was, in fact, the cutter. Good pitch.
And for a strike, which makes it a full count now to Owen Miller.
Now with the runner at second base, Austin Nola presses the buttons. Pitch count in effect.
Bloop to left. Profar coming in will make the catch. He was playing shallow and able to run underneath it to make the grab. 1-0 Padres after 1. Guardians as we head to inning number 2. Padres in interleague play here against the Guardians today and have done fairly well since the beginning of 2020. The Padres 27-13, a .675 winning percentage. Dodgers and Rays with better marks, but then the Padres are third.
You know, look at that. Plain and simple, Donnie, without trying to dissect it and trying to get, you know, like smarty guy. They're just a better team. They're a good team, right? You look at the rosters, the pitching, what they have done since then, hence victories.
Doesn't matter who you play in what league.
It's plain and simple. You got a good ball club. A lot of good ball players.
High fly ball to right field off the bat of Beatty. As Quan moving in, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Beatty retired on one pitch here in the second inning. And that'll bring up Austin Nola. Nola 219 to start the day. He's led off some games for the Friars this year. Has a home run, 8 runs batted in, and does the catching in game 1. The Padres and Guardians were postponed last night, and turns out the Padres did not change their lineup in any way, shape, or form for today's first game. The Guardians did change theirs a little bit. Franmil Reyes was in their original lineup last night, and for Terry Francona, we'll likely see Franmil in game 2.
Good baseball man right there in Terry Francona.
You know what I think of him.
Oh, yeah. I know you adore him, and what's not to adore? U of A guy?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer,
yep.
Yeah, you bet.
Fly ball left field over is Palacios, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Craving a home run? Well, root on your Padres. You can get a free Jumbo Jack with a large drink purchase the day after the game. Now also on the Jack app.
Speaking of home runs, left field, high wall here in Cleveland. 375 to the right center field gap, 400 straight away. It's not one of those symmetrical foul pole to foul pole old school ball yards.
Trace Thompson getting a start today. And the recipient of strike 1 over that outside edge. There's the wall you're talking about in left.
I like those bleachers out there too, by the way.
I don't think they're all that comfortable.
Well, if you're a fan, it really doesn't matter, right? I mean,
does it?
Just give me a bench.
Well,
oh, they've got backs on it, so they're good to go. Yeah.
That's the one complaint I've heard about that area.
Really?
Fans, yeah. It's
not comfortable?
Uncomfortable. It's, yeah, I mean, they're not comfortable, apparently.
Speaking of comfortable, how comfortable is our booth here in Cleveland?
Oh, it's great. They've done some renovating here. As a result, I haven't been here, I think, in 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while. But yeah, no, they've renovated. Very nice and
roomy,
comfortable, roomy. They have new windows. A swing and a miss. Trace Thompson. He strikes out. Second K for Plesac. 1-0 Padres.
Second inning of work, and in talking to his teammates the last few days, they're all so excited to see him get back on the mound. Remember, Clevenger traveled with the team during his rehab. He stayed in San Diego. It was important to him not to be separated from his teammates. He wanted to still form the camaraderie and join them in on the celebrating. He was the first one to stand and cheer them on during this last year ever since he's been rehabbing. So it's really been important to him to be part of the team. And he moved to San Diego, worked with Joe Musgrove in the offseason, and the two did everything together. They trained together, threw together, rehab together. And in talking to Joe, he said, you know, I'm just so appreciative of the way he's put so much hard work in and the fact that he continues to better himself as a pitcher. And Don and Mud, Joe did hint that Mike's been working on a new pitch. He wouldn't say what it is, but he may break it out. I don't know about today, but he may break it out in the near future. So something to watch, guys.
It's pretty cool. Those guys drove together, in my understanding as well, and into spring training. This one is in the air to left, and Profar back there to make the catch for out number 1.
Very cool. And I'm sure it's satisfying for Joe Musgrove to see the progress of Mike Clevenger and working out.
Feels like a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm anxious to find out what that pitch is. Is it the gyro ball? Is it the Super Supreme?
Could be.
Oh, wait. Have you been working with Clevenger on the gyro?
No, I have not.
Come on.
I've not shared that with Sunshine. And if you're still there, Annie, how are the conditions down there by the dugout?
Dawn, there's still something falling from the sky. I don't know. It doesn't exactly feel like rain. It's kind of like this icy mist.
Okay.
But it's still happening for sure. Yeah,
okay.
It's still wet down here, guys.
It's still on.
It's still on. It's still cold as well. How is it up there in the booth? Let me ask you that.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I wanted the window open, but Donnie wanted it closed.
We got into a little bit of a conversation. It was a discussion.
Now, is one of you moving the thermostat up or down, or?
No. This one is popped up first base way over by you, Annie, and over to make the play.
I got Joe Musgrove in front of me, making sure that I know where the ball's going to land and
nice.
that it's not on my head. So that's a bonus.
Well, Annie, you're a gamer down there, braving the elements, and hey, maybe you can whisper to Joe. Hey, Joe, what's the pitch?
I thought about asking Joe what the pitch is, maybe getting his attention a little bit, but nah,
he's locked in watching
live. Guys, I'm gonna let him be. Yeah, maybe I can get him to hint at me during the half innings. We'll see.
All right, we'll check back with you.
Sounds good, guys.
2 down here in the second inning. Andres Jimenez.
Wow, that was firm there. Great location once again, hitting a spot. That's exactly where he wanted it.
Hanging on that outside corner.
Yep.
94. And some of that mud clumping up under the cleats. .46 average for Jimenez coming in. A strike right down the middle.
Boy,
that's a
good movement. Also, good run on that. That one looked like he was starting on the inner half of the plate and then running. That means he's getting up top. He's getting through the ball. Good extension, good spin. That's a good sign.
swing and a miss, and another good inning for Clevenger. Nice return from him after the Tommy John surgery. Padres have a 1-0 lead.
It is the Blue Jays and the Yankees playing in Toronto. Well, Aaron Judge hits a home run. You see him rounding the bases. Well, this Toronto fan catches it and gives it to this kid in an Aaron Judge t-shirt, gives him a hug, and starts crying later. That's how touched he was to receive this home run ball. So a very heartwarming moment. And Mud and Dawn, this is what it's all about, guys, right?
I'll tell you what, I kind of get misty looking at that. That is just so precious. And we talk about it all the time, Donnie and I, about how just a foul ball landing in the lap of somebody, how much joy a baseball can bring to somebody. And Donnie, I know you have a little regular thing going on after ball games.
Well, I like to give, I started it when I was in Boston years ago, like 2001, 2002. And on the way out of the ballpark, if you see me, I might have a baseball for you, because I always give a baseball to a kid after every game. It's
That's
just
awesome.
something that I started doing, and and really for me it was just about the looks on kids' faces and the difference you can make.
Yeah.
With just a baseball that you have hanging around.
And how about those kids who are 8, 9, 10, whatever, like 20 years later, come up to you saying, hey.
There's a bunch. It's unbelievable through the years. So that's awesome, though. That thing in Toronto was unbelievable.
Oh, very nice.
2 balls and a strike to Trent Grisham. I'm sure there's plenty of Padres fans out there who have received baseballs.
Yeah.
A little bit low here to Grisham. Second time through down for Plesac. And he got Grisham to pop out to shortstop in the first inning. He's got good moss.
Yeah, he does. Randy Jones-like.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
A little like the left-hander.
Foul back below us.
Mark Fidrich. How about that?
Yep.
The bird.
Yeah, and the wind, that's a big factor for me.
Yeah, the wind through the moss.
Yes.
Yeah. Wind through the moss is the name of my new band.
3-2. He is in the air to left field down the line. Palacios heading over towards the line, and he'll make the catch running onto the dirt. So out number 1. Let's check out some of the news and notes around Major League Baseball. Congratulations to Dusty Baker, the 12th manager to reach the 2,000 win plateau. Aaron Judge with 8 home runs in the last 10 games, while the Yankees have been winning the last 11 games in a row. And Bobby Witt Jr. gets his first career home run in a win for the Royals over the Cardinals. Congratulations to Dusty. That's awesome.
Oh, man. Hall of Fame manager, I think.
Hall of Fame person.
Yeah, really good player. Great managerial career. Super human. He's just the whole package, man.
On the ground, right side, laying it out on the outfield grass. Jimenez gets up, and it's in and out of the glove of Naylor at first base. What a play by Jimenez, the second baseman, but Naylor just dropped the ball. And Cronenworth will reach. It should be an E3.
Yeah, that's why you hustle, because in the event you just kind of lollygagging down there, the first baseman can possibly get the ball and make the out. But let's take a look. Right in the glove. Just an old-fashioned clank right there. What a great play by Jimenez. That's big. Now look how quickly he got to his feet to pop up and fire to first.
So Cronenworth at first base with 1 out, and that'll bring up Manny Machado. 7-game hitting streak coming in at 448 during that time. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up foul off to the right out of play. So an E3 with 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Sets the table a little bit for Manny Machado, who walked in the 1st inning. Naylor, who sees most of his time in the outfield at first base today in game 1 for the Guardians. Plesac walked both Cronenworth and Machado back-to-back in the 1st inning.
And you can see he's being very careful with Manny, trying to hit the edges, stay out of the heart of the plate.
In the air to deep left field. Back goes Palacios, looking up. It is gone. Manny Machado with a 2-run home run puts the Padres on top 3-0. For Machado, his 5th home run of the year. It's a 2-run blast.
A case of mislocation, taking advantage of a bad pitch, taking advantage of an error at first base. And with the 1 swing, put 2 on the board. He wants it down and away, and this is big time miss. Up and in at 90. Wow.
It was really on a line heading out there, and you get that big wall. It clears the wall. And Manny enjoys his 5th home run of the year, puts the Padres on top 3-0. Jurickson Profar lifts it in the air down the right field line, and that'll head foul. Wynn gave it a push as both the second baseman Jimenez and the right fielder Kwan were headed over. For a strikeout victim in the first, went swinging. 2 Ks for Plesac so far. To center, and Straw is there to make the catch for out number 2. With that home run, Machado ties Profar for the lead in home runs on the club.
You know what I can't get out of my mind? Remember that hot zone we talked about Manny and all its hits, and everything was like red with except one square in the quadrant? When he comes to the plate, I think, if you're a pitcher, man, how are you going to get this guy out? Because he's too hot. He's too hot for the hot tub. And he makes pitchers sweat, right? And that was a perfect example. Up and in, hot zone, see ya.
You cannot make a mistake.
No.
Strike called, ended up that it was a strike. Hosmer didn't agree, but like he grabbed the inside corner. Ball and a strike to Hosmer. Single to center field to drive in the game's first run back in the first inning.
He's trying to crowd him and go soft down. That was the changeup from Plesac.
Up a run in the first, so far 2 here in the third.
Ball State University, Zach Plesac.
Where is that?
Muncie, Indiana.
Line and caught at first base by Josh Naylor. But the damage has been done in the inning. After a miscue in the infield, Manny Machado stepped to the plate. It's a 2-run home run. On a line out of the yard, his 5th home run of the year. Puts the Padres on top 3-0 from Cleveland. 3-0 Padres on top of the Guardians as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, for the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam in Cleveland. That's great coverage.
Coming to you from the banks of the Cuyahoga Lake Erie.
Bailey to lead it off here.
That's tremendous coverage, man.
It was really good.
I like the slow pan.
It's a nice pan.
Drink it in.
Time call. A baseball has come out onto the field. So Grisham out there to get it. And Clevenger returning to this Cleveland mound. Only Ramirez and Mercado are on this roster that he actually played with. Everybody else is new to the roster. So just a couple of Guardians on the team that played with Clevenger when he was here. Luke Bailey leading it off, last of the 3rd. And a late swing fouled over by the Padres dugout. Now back in his Guardian days. Lowest opponent slugging percentage among right-handed starters 2017 through 2019. 353. DeGrom, Scherzer, Strasburg, and Kluber. What a list. Kluber was a teammate of his.
Well, you can see just from that video there that when this guy's on, he's strong. He gets through the zone, he spins it, the breaky ball. The one difficult thing I think I see early on today is that with the slider, it's missing down and away a lot. He's got the good hammer working, good changeup, spotting the fastball.
What pitch would you be
slider
apprehensive to throw, I guess, after Tommy John? That's it?
Yeah, for me personally, it would be slider, because it's a different torque on your elbow. The curveball is just a turn of the wrist where you
down the line to 3rd. That's a fair ball. well placed, and over to play it is Profar. Maley heading to second base. He'll get there standing. Little leadoff double. It's the first hit allowed by Clevenger.
Well, just inside the bag there was a breaking ball, but it was the heart of the plate. Out in front of it just a little bit. And there it is.
I feel a demonstration coming on here.
Oh, yeah. Can you smell it?
Yes.
You mentioned which pitch would you be apprehensive of throwing after coming back from Tommy John surgery? The reason why I say the slider is because, you know, the fastball, you're on top of the fastball. You come through the fastball, okay? It's easy on your arm. The curveball, all you do is turn your wrist this way. It's like that. It's easy on your elbow. Now, the slider, you're manipulating the ball this way to where it can, your elbow's going to turn in a different way than all those other ones, and you're grimacing right there just by.
I just feel the stretching of the that area.
So, you know, change up just like a fastball, staying on top really doesn't affect the elbow. But that one slider, man, you get out in front, you kind of twist it this way a little bit. Your elbow kind of rolls a little bit, unlike your fastball, your curveball, and your changeup. If that makes any sense.
It does.
So I would be, you know, you're rehabbing, you're coming back from Tommy John. Okay, hey, throw a slider. Okay. You got to trust yourself, you know. Get over that hump.
2-0 to count to Palacios with a runner at second. And a swing and a miss. Rip right there.
Yeah, pitching backwards there.
Changeup.
Yeah. 2-0, hitters count. Pull the string.
No home runs, 2 RBIs, 333 for Palacios. It's a start in left field. Game 1 today. Foul to the screen, and it's 2-2. Well, don't forget the MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Petco Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
I'll tell you what, if I'm going to be in Cleveland and we're going to do a doubleheader, there's no one else I'd rather sit next to than Don Orsillo.
What do you want? You want something.
Bring it on. I just want your friendship. That's all I want.
No, you don't. You want the window open. No, there's a ground ball foul outside of first.
You know what? I think it's getting kind of nice.
You really? You do?
I think it's up to about maybe 52.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
There's no rain. It seems like the wind has kind of died down a little bit.
Well, you see the flags are blowing in. And then if it's blowing in, then it's right, you know.
That's true. Right in our grill.
Right. We have a moss factor. We have another game.
That's true.
So, I mean, another open.
That's true.
2 balls, 2 strikes here to Palacios. Chop down the first baseline. Clevenger headed over, but it'll be a foul ball.
He's got a feel for that changeup now. Mike Clevenger does. It's been a good pitch. Getting him out in front. Oh, yeah. We've got like remote control for this window here. It's awesome. It's like a little toy, a little toggle on the wall here. You can go up and down.
You opened it about an inch. Do you feel how much wind and breeze is coming in?
No, I don't.
It's unbelievable. 2-2.
There's nothing.
Slap foul off to left out of play.
The piece of paper on your talkback is not even moving.
It's not true. Look at that. So that is how much we have a crack right there. My fingers can get
to my
in there,
right,
and it's freezing.
To my right is Tommy Hamilton and Steve Rosenberg.
That's close. Jim Rosenhaus.
Jim Rosenhaus. Yeah, Steve Rosenberg to me. Jim Rosenhaus. I apologize to the.
That's Rosie. Wow.
I apologize to Rosie and his family. How did I get that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I did though. But hey, I've made many mistakes before.
They have the window open. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them. Palacios now with Straw waiting on deck.
I'm going to have to go apologize to Rosie.
What did you call him, Steve?
Steve Rosenhaus. No, Steve Rosenberg.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that name.
It's Jim Rosenhaus.
I mean, not even close.
Oh. 3-2 pitch. On the ground, a vacated left side. Kim dives out there and saves a run. He knocks that ball down, and that will keep Maley at third base. Palacios will reach on the infield hit.
Talk about beating the shift right there. And you know what? As soon as that ball was hit, I said somebody's got to dive for that. And Kim does just that. Saves a run. He's got a long way to go. Hit it with his glove a little bit and then rolled on it. And they're going to keep him at third base with nobody out. No reason to try to chance it and score with nobody out.
First and third, top of the order. Miles Straw coming up, second time through here now against Clevenger. A little bit outside, off the outside edge. Straw popped out to the shortstop, Ha-Sung Kim, in the first inning. 2:14 this year in this spot with runners in scoring position.
Well, the ideal situation here would be the strikeout because you've got the second and third hitters due up for Cleveland, or a pop-up on the infield would be nice.
Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. Now a quick word from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
First and third, nobody out. Padres with a run in the first, 2 in the third. Enjoy a 3-0 advantage here in the bottom of the third inning, but a double and a single, and it's first and third with nobody out for the Guardians. Fly ball right field as Trace Thompson gets himself ready, will make the catch, and bluffing but drawing the throw from third was Maley. And it's a good thing he didn't take off because Trace Thompson with a good arm out there in right field got himself in a good position. It wasn't all that deeply hit either.
And that's very key. Very key. The shallow fly ball. Thompson sets up correctly, putting on a clinic, charges that ball. Short hop to Hosmer. Everybody stays at their respective bases. It's not really the best bluff, is it?
First and third, 1 out. Here's Stephen Kwan coming up. One struck out swinging in the first inning. 1 of 2 Ks so far for Clevenger. Strike call.
Nice.
Just got that outside corner.
Good run in the 92.
Base hits this season. Kwan with 18. Rookie leaders, and he was the rookie of the month. On the ground right side into right field, a base hit. Maley will score the Guardians' first run, and it's 3-1 now. Padres on top. Cleveland gets on the board, an RBI single for Stephen Kwan.
Mike Clevenger got his ground ball. It just happened to be to the pull side a little bit too much for Kwan. Beating Cronenworth to his left. Still have the double play in order. But hey, as a pitcher, you tell yourself, hey, I made a good pitch. Grounder just happened to find a hole.
First and second, 1 out. And the toughest hitter you're going to deal with all day here for the Guardians, and Jose Ramirez walks, stole a base in the first inning. Takes strike 1. Into the changeup, started him with the changeup. in this spot with runners in scoring position. 450. After 20 during that time. That includes 3 home runs. And again, Jose Ramirez with 7 home runs on the season.
You know, for Cleveland, this is what they got going for them as well with Juan Ramirez back-to-back. These are 2 hitters that don't strike out a lot. 9% for Juan, 10% for Ramirez. They put the ball in play.
And he did strike out Juan the first time.
Yes, he did.
Back in the first inning. Juan now at first. Palacios at second base. 1 out for the Guardians. Lead on that. Fouling it down the third baseline. Well, where have his 28 hits gone? Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, he's using the whole field. Sure, most of it looks like there's a lot of pull there, but still, to the left side, he'll take it that way when needed. And the 28 hits, 8 off the sinker. Doing a good job all, the off-speed stuff. 4 off the changeup and splitter. Those are tough to stay back. Those are probably the hits that he could take either way. If you're late on it, it goes the other way, you're out in front. Some to the pull side as well.
First and second with 1 out, a run in, and a pitch up at 95. Jose Ramirez has driven in 28 of the Guardians' 101 runs scored. 28 RBIs to begin the season. He's got 2 on here. Fouls it off to left, out of play.
Look at how far off the plate that was. That changeup up and away. Pitch com from Nola.
Looks like that guy's gotten to second base.
Yep.
Palacios getting there now. Two. Grounded foul towards the end of the Padres dugout. So Musgrove trying to protect Annie down there. Out there with his hat trying to block it. Sure, Annie appreciates it.
Guys, he just looked at me and told me he's got my back.
Nice.
Did you see him dive for that?
I did.
That was some cat-like reflexes right there, guys. That only a pitcher can have.
Believe it.
We appreciate it.
Two. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Ramirez with a high fastball. Well, that's impressive. That's the 3rd strikeout for Clevenger.
Well, during that at bat, Ramirez was going at pitches down and in, up and away off the plate. And look at this right here, a high fastball off the plate, high. He gets the point from Nola. That's exactly where he wanted it. And once again, the guy who doesn't strike out a lot.
So 2 down, first and second. This is the hardest Clevenger's had to work in any inning. 25 pitches this inning. And here is Owen Miller. Another flat out to left field in the first inning. Two outs and runners in scoring position. 2 for 6. He bats with Palacios at second base, Juan at first, 2 away here in the 3rd. Coming over from the Padres in the 9-player deal. This one fouled off to the right, out of play. Well, here's the deal we were talking about. Lots of Padres going to Cleveland. Arias, Hedges, Miller, Naylor, Quantrill, and Cantillo heading over, while the Padres got Clevenger, Allen, and Waldron.
A little bit of everything for Cleveland, huh?
Yep. Pitchers, catchers.
Yep. Middle infielder.
1-1. Did he go? Yes, he did. Nate Tomlinson, the first base umpire, said he offered. So Clevenger ahead here, 1-2.
Oh, yeah.
Our booth umpire agrees.
Absolutely, he went.
Fights it off, foul to the right, out of play. That high fastball again. .30 pitches this inning now for Mike Clevenger. It's been a taxing inning so far, charged with 1 run. He's not out of it yet. Palacios at second base, Kwan at first. And ahead of Miller, 1-2. In the dirt and blocked nicely by Nola, sliding to his right. We'll celebrate Mother's Day at Petco Park on Sunday, May 8th. Treat mom to some Padres baseball and a day in America's #1 ballpark. Reserve your tickets at Padres.com/tickets. That was a great time at Petco Park and a great way to spend Mother's Day.
My mom loves baseball.
Been watching a lot of your games.
Yeah.
Did you purchase the MLB.TV package? Your 27th season? Padres? 2-2. He's outside, ball 3.
There's that slider that I mentioned earlier that Clevenger having difficulty. One of the pitches he's having difficulty with this afternoon. He's got a good curveball he's shown, the changeup, hitting the spots with the fastball. See how he deflected there, Donnie?
Yeah. Palacios at second base, Kwan at first. Payoff pitch from Clevenger. Second time through this order. And that's strike 3. Rings him up. Really can't believe it, but it did appear to be a strike, and it's back-to-back Ks for Clevenger. So the Guardians get on the board with a run, but a big strikeout there. They lead 2. On the Bally Sports app, presented by T-Mobile. Guardians get a run back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 3-1. Padres on top. Ha-Sung Kim, Matt Beatty, and Austin Nola. The trio expected here in the 4th inning. Then fly down to the warning track. First time up and spins out of the way of that pitch up and in. Kim getting his second look at Plesac. Padres getting a run in the first and 2 in the 3rd. Manny Machado with a 2-run home run. Plesac just reaching 50 pitches. Works to his first hitter here in the 4th inning. Strike 2.
You know, it seems like Plesac really careful placement of the fastball. Obviously, 89-90 tops. He wants to try to get you out in front or the swing and miss on that off-speed stuff.
Chopped down the 3rd baseline. Ramirez on the run and in time. And now a quick word from Sequat Casino.
Padres fans, surround yourself with everything you love about your team in an exclusive Padres hotel suite. Visit Saquon.com to book your stay.
One out here in the 4th inning. And Matt Beatty coming up. Beatty flied to right, swung at the first pitch, his first time up. And skied one to Stephen Kwan out there in right. This time he's taking and takes a high strike. Beatty getting the start as the DH in game 1. Quickly down 0-2.
Now he can do so much right here to expand that strike zone. Curveball in the dirt, change up low, fastball up. There's that change up.
Last year finished the year hitting at 270. 7 home runs. His 3rd major league season. Played 120 games for the Dodgers. So grounded foul outside first.
Hasn't thrown him a fastball yet. All soft stuff to Beatty.
Getting more reps with Will Myers on the IL.
Yeah.
1-2. Chop to first base, and Naylor will take it himself to the bag for out number 2. 4 in a row now retired by Plisa.
And you got him with the change up there to roll it over to the right side.
They'll bring up Austin Nola. Nola flied out to left field in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. We could make some sort of deal. I could go another inch on the window going up as long as the heater is on below us at the rate that it currently is.
Well, you want to try to strike a deal, huh?
Yeah, is that? Would you be okay with that?
I'm very cool with that.
It's a very long day, and
okay.
I don't want you to be unhappy.
No, Mike, our wonderful stage manager, has got the toggle switch. You tell him when you want it. Tell him to cut it.
You can go up another inch. We can try another inch. Okay. I think that's good. We'll try this for a bit. See the wind?
Yeah, but see, the smaller the opening, the more wind it's going to.
Stuff's flying around. I don't
open it more, and it's like.
No, I think if you open it more, there's going to be more wind.
The back door's open. Maybe that's a factor.
Could be. Swing and a miss, and Nola strikes out. It's 3 strikeouts for Plesac. It's 3-1 Padres.
Second Tommy John surgery. He's doing quite fine. Up the ladder with the fastball. His arsenal, the fastball. There's the changeup. Down and out of the zone with 2 strikes. There's another high fastball, striking out Ramirez. And here's another one for you. There's a cut fastball to Owen Miller for the call 3rd strike. He's looking good. He's feeling good. Here's sunshine here in Cleveland.
Working here into the bottom of the 4th inning. And look at what he has used today.
And he's used both sides of the plate as well. We talk about usage, right, and the percentages, but it's just not that. It's how you're manipulating the baseball and throwing it where you want to. And he's doing a fine job this afternoon. 4 strikeouts.
Josh Naylor leading it off. And strike 1, the indication. But umpire said he went.
Oh. Because I was going to say, if that was on the call,
nope,
that was way off the plate.
Yeah, he pointed.
He definitely went.
The shift on the right side here on Naylor. And the shifted is Cronenworth in short right field. Kim and Hosmer building that wall. And Machado, the only one left on the left side. On the ground down the first baseline, and a foul ball. Will join us Friday, May 6th for Cocktail Fest. presented by Southwest Airlines. Arrive early to Gallagher Square and enjoy live music and discounted cocktails. Learn more at Padres.com/party. Cocktails.
Cocktails.
Ball and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. On the ground into that shift right side. Hosmer needs help, and Clevenger's there for the out. Naylor retired 3-1 for the first out of the 4th inning.
Yeah, Hosmer gave him the good view of the baseball after grounding that one, and Clevenger, like in spring training, get over there. First baseman gloves it out of the glove, show him the baseball, and a nice toss from Eric Hosmer to Clevenger.
1 out in the 4th inning. I'm going to bring up Ahmed Rosario. And his second look. And Mike Clevenger fouled out to Eric Hosmer in the second. 0 for 1. This time sharply to third and up and over the glove of Manny Machado. I don't think he got any glove on that. And Profar gets it back in. Rosario aboard with 1 out. Kind of played it off to the side.
Yeah, that ball was scalded. We've seen Manny Machado make that play many times. Let's check it out. He kind of played back on it. That is a very makeable play, as I mentioned, for Manny Machado. What was it, 2-hopper?
1 out, 1 on. Here's Jimenez. The second time against Clevenger. He struck out swinging in the second inning. They do rule it a base hit for Rosario. So on at first base with 1 down. That is hit number 4 of the day for the Guardians. Fly ball, right field. Thompson in a step or 2. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. And back to first goes Rosario. And is skying out to right, and that'll bring up Maley. Yeah, that breeze is really howling in now. You can
Howling?
Really feel it. Yeah. See the flags out there?
Yes, I do.
You can feel it. I mean, really, if you put your hands out.
I think it's quite pleasant.
Pleasant.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You want to lower it a little bit? Or?
No, we're okay.
How are your feet?
The feet are warm. That's the
key?
That's great. Yeah, because the heater down there is fine. It's just the midsection and above is.
Well, you've got plenty of insulation there. Shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, really?
The pot called the kettle black.
Swing and a miss. Really kind of went lunging after that pitch. Really doubled and scored. Guardians' lone run in the 3rd inning.
See if he tries to keep the ball away right here. Or soft and down. That was the cut fastball right there from Clevenger.
Pretty much straight up in the infield with Hosmer holding on. Rosario at first base. And the outfield playing for him to go the other way with Grisham in right center. Lots of green grass in left center. I think he may have gone. We'll see. They'll check. No, he didn't. Nate Tomlinson, first base umpire. Kind of a late punch at this, I thought.
Yeah, it's worth a look.
Oh.
I'm banging him on that.
I got him.
Yeah. That's a go.
Foul back in. It's 2-2. First start of 2022 for Clevenger. And a long road back to the rehab stints, and here he is. But 72 will have to wait. He fires over to first base, and Rosario diving back head first. As the breakdown in that third inning was on the taxing side.
And this looks like it's pretty much the blueprint. You know, if you get a strikeout here and out here, and with 72, Bob Melvin said 85-ish. Maybe go one more after this.
Full count to Maile. Goes, and a fly ball center field, sending Grisham back a few steps. It'll stay in the yard, and Trent makes a catch out there to end the inning. Clevenger's through 4. Padres have a 3-1 lead. Counting Toyota dealers, we make it easy. By Sequan Casino, make it home and stay in a one-of-a-kind Padres suite. Sequan Casino Resort, make it yours. And by Templeton Rye. Go to TempletonRyeHomeRunChallenge.com to enter the $1 Million Home Run Challenge. It's on to inning number 5 in Cleveland. Game 1 of a doubleheader today. And the Padres on top of the Guardians 3-1. Trace Thompson leading it off. Thompson struck out swinging against Plesac in the second inning. Zach Plesac with 3 Ks on the day. And this will be pitch 64 for the right-hander. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, Donnie, remember as a kid you had the chance to go to a doubleheader, a traditional doubleheader at the ball yard?
It's great.
Oh, so psyched.
This is a traditional doubleheader, meaning it's not a day-night doubleheader.
Right.
The second game will begin about 40 minutes after the first game, we're told.
Padre fans here in Cleveland. Nice. Wasn't this one of the venues where we were supposed to get booed?
I think so. We were hoping to get booed in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened. Because again, we're going on our theory that if you're good, you get booed on the road.
Right.
That's ball 4. And Thompson with a leadoff walk to begin things here in the 5th. And now a quick word from Fix Auto.
In today's world, supporting your community means supporting your local businesses. Fix Auto Collision Centers want you to know that they're locally owned and operated. Call or click to find a body shop near you.
Our director, Zach Jensen, pointed out that maybe we're just not that good. That's why we can't get booed anywhere.
Good point.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. Leadoff walk for Trace Thompson. Top of the order. And Trent Grisham. Grisham has popped out to short and flied out to left.
Remember, we showed you earlier the arsenal of Zach Plesac. Pitches were up in the zone. That changeup there was up. Got to be careful. Now the third time around for this Padres lineup. Kind of used to what they're seeing out of the hand of the right-hander.
Back over to first, and Thompson back to the bag. Friend Josh Naylor holding him on over there at first. Swing and a miss for Grisham. 3 strikeouts in this game for Plesac. He's walked as many, 3 walks. And the strikedown for him today. 40 strikes, 30 balls of the 70 pitches for the right-hander so far. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. Corey Blazer, third base umpire, rings him up. And that is strikeout number 4 for Plesac, and Grisham is retired.
Well, this time Plesac goes with the slider. Does he go? Yeah, I think he did. Out in front of that one. No argument from Grisham as he goes back to the dugout.
Now 1 on for Jake Cronenworth. Getting his third look at Plesac. Cronenworth walked and scored in the first inning. Reached on an error committed by Josh Naylor in the third inning. And scored again. So he scored 2 runs in this game so far. Padres have a 3-1 lead over the Guardians. Padres getting a single run in the first 2 and the third. The Guardians getting a run in the third, and a check over on Thompson at first base. Back to the bag. And Machado waiting on deck. And his presence fell with a 2-run home run in the third inning. His 5th home run of the year. Sails outside for ball 2. Wins in a year for Plesac in 2021. A 10-win season. There's a pop-up shallow left. Rosario gives way to Palacios, who makes the catch. Bit of an adventure as it turned out, but he makes a basket catch for round number 2. It's time now for the Callaway long ball. Just talk about Manning's home run. Here it is. It was a pitch up. Turns on it. 350 feet away. 108 on the miles per hour. And the exit velocity in the 22 is a launch angle.
It's amazing how good he is at getting his hands in and getting to that pitch that's up in the zone and crushing it.
So 2 down. Thompson at first base, and brings up Manning for the 3rd time. He had walked back in the first inning. So a bunch of breaking balls that first time up. It's a 4-seam fastball here and fouls it off. And the home run, his 5th, and it ties him with the guy on deck, Jerks and Profar, for the team lead. Back to first again is Thompson. Try to keep him close. To center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Thompson stops at second base with the play in front of him. And Miles Straw gets it back in, but Manny Machado's on base for the 3rd time today.
Just a little lob over the net for a winner for Manny Machado. This was another slider. It's once again out of the zone, and Manny doing something with it. It's truly amazing. Off the end of the bat, nice smooth swing. That's a winner.
Most base hits this season, 35 of them now for Manny Machado, 2 coming today. Friend Ty France with 33 hits for the Mariners. This one is ripped down the right field line by Profar. It was a changeup that he was out ahead of. Bauer struck out swinging in the first inning. Fly down to center in the third. 0-4-2.
You can see what he needs to do with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Up and in, straighten him up a little bit, maybe go soft away.
This will be pitch 80 for Plesac on the day. Guardians are shifting on the right side right now. Outfield playing for Profar also to pull. The center fielder strong towards right center. Machado with 2 hits today. Board right now, it's the 9th multi-hit game this season for Machado. Thompson at second base. 2 outs here in the 5th. Padres trying to obtain some insurance on top by 2. Full count. Hosmer waiting on deck as the Padres bat here in the 5th. Thompson at second, Machado at first, 2 away. That's ball 4, missing in. And that is the 4th walk handed out by Plesac. And it will load the bases. No visit here. As Carl Willis, the pitching coach, coming out here.
Hey, he's been at that craft pitching coach for a long time. Veteran pitching coach. Been around the block many times. After the now second time, now the 3rd time around for Hosmer. There's a little scouting report because Maley is talking a lot. Plesac is talking a lot. Willis. Plesac saying, what you talking about, Willis?
There's a breakdown for him. 83 pitches deep into his outing here, and a jam in the 5th. With 2 outs, bases filled with Friars.
See if he starts him off with something off speed.
Hosmer 1 for 2, an RBI single. Back in the 1st, chops one right side, picked at second by Jimenez, and the throw is in time, and the Padres are unable to add on. Had the bases loaded, but out of the jam is Plesac. Get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning. Back in Cleveland, and this was from Saturday. See some great catches, but how about this one?
Oh no,
the beverage.
Look
oh
down.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Whoops.
Yeah.
That's a whoops.
Yeah, it is.
Palacios is going to lead it off here against Clevenger.
Big inning for Mike Clevenger. Got the lead. It's the 5th. He's thrown the ball extremely well.
This will be pitch 75 for Clevenger of his outing. Palacios with an infield hit first time up, and that'll just miss. Close pitch, could have gone either way. Clevenger falling behind 2-0. He has struck out 4 and walked only 1. So far giving up a total of 4 hits and 1 run. Good pitch right there. That changeup going down and away.
Still staying on top of it. Still good arm swing and good depth to that changeup. Right where he wanted it. That is a good sign.
Fouled off down the left field line, out of play. Full count now. The leadoff hitter here for the Guardians in the 5th inning. Chopped right side. Cronenworth coming in, flips to first for out number 1. Now a quick word from Bill Howe.
Clogged drains, leaky plumbing, you know who to call. Call Bill Howe Plumbing, voted San Diego's best plumber 2021. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit us online today.
That's not good when the disposal's got to get snaked right there. Did you ever have that happen in your kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not good.
No, it's not good. But you can call Bill Howe and he'll take care of it.
He'll take care of it.
One out here in the 5th. And then it brings up Miles Straw. Popped out to short in the 1st, flight out to right in the 3rd inning. Action for the first time going on in the Padres pen, I believe. As Clevenger's starting to get up there. Here's pitch 81. And that'll miss for a ball. Steven Wilson first up in the Padres pen today.
Boy, it would be so nice for Mike Clevenger to complete 5, call it a day. First day back in Cleveland. You know, Bob Melvin wants him to complete this 5th with the lead.
Two one to Straw. Ooh.
Yeah.
Didn't get the call there.
Yeah, the dot lit up, top of the zone, but it was a breaking ball. Some umpires aren't going to give you that. We've seen some in the past, of course, but not this time around.
In tight, and he will lose. Straw. So ball 4 there, and that is the 2nd walk allowed by Clevenger.
Yeah, and the location is slipping a little bit. You can kind of see Bob Melvin like, man, you know, I want him to finish. What do I do here? Just going to leave him in there against the lefty. Maybe turn 2 here.
Stephen Kwan coming up, starting into the heart of the order here for the Guardians. Kwan struck out swinging in the 1st inning, single to right in the 3rd. And now Ruben Niebla is coming out as behind Kwan here, 1-0. First visit of this game from the Padres pitching coach.
You know, I'm not going to lie to you. Every pitcher knows, you know, you got to go 5 innings to get credit for the win, right? What a great story it would be for Mike to come back to Cleveland after 2nd Tommy John. You've got the lead. Padres add on, you get the win. I think this is just kind of calmed down a little bit. And once again, I always reiterate to the point where you are 1 pitch away from getting a double play and getting out of this inning and calling a great day in the big leagues for Mike Clevenger. Concentrate on the next pitch. Don't think ahead.
This inning, 8 balls, 4 strikes. He's not displayed the control that he had enjoyed through the first 4. And This is the kind of the pitch area Bob Melvin wanted to get to, right? 85?
85-ish, yeah.
This is 86, and it's in there for a strike.
The biggest compliment you can pay a pitching coach is when they strike the next pitch, and he does just that.
In the dirt and corralled by Nola. No advance at first base for Straw.
Nice block by Nola, keeping that double play in order.
Palacios grounded out to second base to begin the inning. Straw walked. One out, one on. A little bit low. 3-1. Jose Ramirez waiting on deck. So Clevenger really needs to roll a double play ball here if possible.
Well, he's throwing nothing but change-ups. I mean, see if he goes off speed again in this fastball count. Why not? Get him something to roll over.
Runner goes, and that's a strike. Throw down to second base, and safe at second is Straw. Stolen base gets him into scoring position. That takes a conventional double play off the table.
Yep. It was a strike. Here's the throw. Little short hop to Kim. Decent jump. Yeah, way out in front of the bag. No chance of getting him.
We're at second, one down. And a 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to left field. Back goes Profar. And he's there to make the catch. Out number 2. No advance for Straw. So 2 down. And that'll bring up Jose Ramirez.
You talk about a real test, Donnie.
Yep.
Third time around.
That's one of the best hitters in all the game.
Yep.
Clevenger took a little peek into the dugout there after that last out. I think he was trying to figure out whether Melvin was coming or not. Conference at the mound here with 2 down.
Well, a couple of things here. First base is open, but then you bring the go ahead run to the plate. You're at that pitch count for Clevenger. There's those numbers, Donnie.
Yeah, one of the best in the game. First in RBIs, first slugging, tied first extra base hits. OPS over 1,100, 7 home runs. And here he is with 2 outs, representing the tying run right now at the plate for the Guardians. Kim, Cronenworth, and Hosmer shifting on the right side. Machado way over towards third. That runner at second base in Straw. You don't want him just taking third base. Straightens him up with a pitch in. 2-0. Yeah, you put yourself in a tough spot here with Jose Ramirez.
Well, this next pitch will tell you a lot.
Fly ball down the left field line will make the seats on a play. Clevenger gets a new baseball, walks counterclockwise around the mound in the midst of a meeting with himself. And back up on top. Now Straw at second base, 2 down here in the Guardians' 5th. 3-1. Jose Ramirez walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Here he is in the fifth. And likely Clevenger's last hitter with Owen Miller waiting on deck. Especially with this being the 95th pitch for Clevenger.
Yeah, and a lot this inning as well. Fastball count. Let's see. He's thrown a lot of changeups this inning. See if he gets something to the right side. Cronenworth playing shallow right field right now.
21 pitches this inning. And that is ball 4. So Ramirez will go down to first. Bob Melvin pops out of the dugout. And that'll be the day for Mike Clevenger. Gave the opportunity to get through the fifth, but Clevenger ends up walking 2 in the inning. Total of 3 in his outing. And he will depart responsible for Straw and Ramirez. Good return, though, for Mike Clevenger today in Cleveland. We'll step aside. With the pitching change, the Padres have a 3-1 lead. For the Guardians, 2 outs, and Steven Wilson comes into the game for the Padres.
Well, the Guardians are going to have to turn up the dial a little bit because Wilson can get it up there, mid-90s and above. He surrendered earned runs in back-to-back outings this year for the first time. He had a nice streak of retired 21 in a row. That was back April 11th. Until that night, Wednesday night in Cincinnati. Enters his 11th game. Really good numbers for the hard-throwing, breaking ball right-hander Steven Wilson. You know what? Even though he did not complete 5, you could see when Bob Melvin went out to the mound and kind of patted Mike Clevenger on the chest, saying, "You know what? In so many words, it's like, hey, you got out there today, you pitched well, the win would be great, but you know what? The most important thing is your well-being and your arm. So hey, that's a good workout today." He pitched well. The velocity or the location varied a little bit, so wavered, I should say.
But you're all right with the velocity overall. I mean, it was 94 a lot of the time, 94, 95.
Yeah. I think the one pitch Donnie this afternoon he had most difficulty was the slider. There's some good changeups. Started to work under the changeup a little bit as the game went on, but overall pitched very, very well.
So Steven Wilson into the game, first and second with 2 down, and Owen Miller will have to wait as Wilson spirals off the backside. No throw. Runners in scoring position. The Guardians 2 for 7 with a walk. And a pitch outside.
Well, if you need a refresher course, it is the 4-seamer, the slider, and the changeup for Steven Wilson.
Foul back to the screen at 95. Fastball and evens the count at 1-1. So Clevenger goes 4 2/3, 4 hits. He's responsible with 2 men on. Straw at second, Ramirez at first. He walked 3, struck out 4, and threw 95 pitches. 1-1 bounces in well in front of the plate and blocked nicely by Nola.
He does a fine job at doing just that. Puts on a clinic.
Tardy on the cut, 97, and by him.
Oh, that's sneaky fast right there. Turning it up a little bit for Wilson. Off the plate, very late.
Straw at second, Ramirez at first, 2 down, and that is going to miss. Wilson wanted it. And a step towards the dugout, but it did appear to be away. We're now Naylor next. If the inning continues, there are 2 outs. Did he go? They're not going to check. Ball 4, and that will load the bases. So Wilson comes in and he walks Owen Miller. And the bases are filled now with Guardians. And that'll bring up Josh Naylor. 3 walks in the inning, 2 by Clevenger, and 1 now by Wilson. Josh Naylor 0 for 2. Line out to left in the second inning, grounded out to first base in the 4th inning. Swing to that first pitch, got a fastball down and in, and he carves it foul.
Yeah, and why not? Stay away from that breaking ball. It's a pretty straight fastball from Wilson. Nice block again right there.
Bulls had to make a few in this inning. Bases filled here with Guardian. Straw at third. Ramirez at second. Miller at first. 2 down. And a 1-1 pitch to Naylor. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. And Wilson jumps ahead here, 1-2. Last year had the horrific injury that took place.
Yes. Ankle, right?
Yes.
Horrible.
69 games total last year, 253. 7 home runs. Has 2 already this year. This is year 3, parts of, with the Guardians.
Wilson's got to be careful with that breaking ball of his. If he throws it in the zone to the left-handed hitting Naylor, he can speed up his bat. Fastball's away here. That's the way the outfield is swinging over towards that left field line.
Line to right over the shift. That's in for a base hit. From third comes Straw. Here comes Ramirez. He'll score, and this game is tied. So Josh Naylor with a 2-run single to right field. The former Padre has tied this game.
Let's see what he gets right here. He wants it away. Oh, it's away. It's a fastball out at third, but not away enough. This ball is squared up nicely. And with 2 outs, crack of the bat. Good at bat for Naylor.
2 on with 1 out. And Rosario with a check swing. He went around. So Miller at second. Naylor at first with 2 down. And a pitch away. So since Wilson has come in, he walked Miller. Gave up the 2-run single to Naylor. And this game is tied 3-3. The runs are charged to Clevenger. And 2 walks for Clevenger in the inning. Well, they both turn into runs. Straw and Ramirez both score. So 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. He walked 3, struck out 4. Will not be part of the decision today. There's a 2-1. And it's up high for ball 3.
Well, some wildness from Wilson early in the year. We saw him just go right after hitters. Bang, bang, bang. Got to go. See you later.
By him at 96, pretty much right down the middle. Naylor at second, Naylor at first. 2 outs here in the Guardians' 5th. They have tied it up 3-3. 38 pitches this inning between Clevenger and Wilson. And that is in the dirt. Ball 4. The second walk for Wilson and the 4th walk of this inning handed out by Padres pitching. That reloads the bases. Ruben Niebla is coming out. Padres do have action in the pen. And it is Nabil Crismat who is up in the Padres pen.
Could be a case of just trying to be too fine for Wilson. No, he worked the count to where it was a fastball for Naylor. Just didn't get it where he wanted it out enough. And he squared that one up. Other than that, that's it. 2 walks. Hurting him.
This will be the 8th batter of the inning for the Guardians.
And Wilson has faced his 3. So Bob Melvin, if he wants, can elect to go to the bullpen. But he's got to pitch to this guy now after that visit.
Andres Jimenez coming up here. Bases loaded for the Guardians. 2 runs already in. Jimenez struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Flied out to right in the 4th inning. 0-4-2. Time call. Those grand slams this season. The Guardians already with 4. Padres with 1. Strike 1. Fastball challenge time right there.
He was looking for number 5 right there, wasn't he? That swing.
Yep.
And once again, he's pounding the zone after that visit from Ruben Niebla with the fastball. Went right after him. Using pitch count right here with the runner Naylor on second.
And as with 2 home runs on the year for the Guardians.
Wow.
Strike 2. Those 2 have been fastballs and in the strike zone. That one was not. Was a fastball, but not in the strike zone.
Kind of wasted one right there.
Fishing expedition.
Yeah.
Strikes him out to end the inning. But the Guardians get 2 and tie the score at 3-3. To the 6th we go. Those were the knockaround moments of the game. A tie game as we move to the 6th inning. And Zach Plesac back on the mound again. So 84 pitches so far in this outing. And now a tie game. Ha-Sung Kim leads it off and takes strike 1. Padres coming off an inning where their pitchers, Clevenger and Wilson, threw 43 pitches in the 5th inning. 25 balls, 18 strikes. And Kim with a base hit to left center field. That's going to get down and roll a while. Cutting it off is Straw, but to second base goes Kim with a leadoff double to begin the 6th inning for the Friars.
That's the way to start it off after the Guardians put up 2 to tie it. And it looked like a changeup from Plesac. Yes, it was. Speeds up his bat to the pull side, splits the gap.
A leadoff double here in the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Matt Beatty. Shifting in the right side here are the Indians. Beatty 0 for 2 in this game. Fly to right, grounded out to first. Over the shift into right and coming and playing it on a hop.
Oh no!
Is Kwan. Throw to second and just getting back was Kim. That was close.
Yeah, you know what, Kim? He was. It was one of those where in betweeners. You know, should I stay? Should I go? It fell in for a hit. So here it is. He's on second base. There it is, the short hop. Now he was way off the bag. So that's the smart move. I mean, the right fielder, Miller, was coming in, so there's no way he could have made it to third base. So that's the smart play.
Hesitated there a little bit in the middle.
Yep.
That's going to do it for Plesac. He's going to leave this game. So the Guardians going to the pen here for the first time in what is right now a 3-3 ball game for Cleveland. Sixth inning to a new pitcher. Daniel De Los Santos into the game now for the Guardians.
And this right-hander enters his fifth game. He throws a fastball, a slider, and a changeup. Upper 90s, 96, 97. Opponent's only hitting 154. Only 3 2/3 innings of work for De Los Santos.
Takes over for Plesac. 5+, 5 hits. So far charged with 3 runs. He walked 4 and struck out 4. Now we'll just look on as De Los Santos takes over and the Guardians pen. So you got Kim at second base, Beatty at first, and Nola coming up here for the Padres in a tie game. Padres are 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Backhand goes Maley that time for ball 1. Guardians on the other side 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position, but 3 walks. In the inning in which the Guardians got 2, the Padres pitchers walking 4 in the 5th inning.
Big time for a big hit right here.
Ball 2, 2-0.
Well, the former Mariner farmhand and Padre farmhand, 2016 through 17, De Los Santos. 8 ball, AA, 3 seasons, and highest bullpen ERA, Donnie. This is where the Padres got to get to him.
7-0. Who's leading in that category? List you don't want to be on. 4.71. 2-0. And a strike there on the outside edge. Kim at second. Beatty at first base. Kim with a double. Beatty a single. 2-1 to Noah. Wow. Didn't get the call there. 3-1.
De Los Santos was a starter in AA for the Padres in 2017. And that AA campaign, 150 innings.
Trace Thompson waiting on deck. Line down the right field line, headed towards the corner. That's going to be a fair ball. Coming around from second is Kim. He will score. Beatty stops at third. It's an RBI double for Austin Nola, and the Padres take a 4-3 lead.
Now that'll work. Big situation, big hit, down and away, and look at Nola. Nose to the barrel. This ball is going to slice, but he hit it so hard that it stays fair. Everybody's off and running.
Second and third now. That'll bring the infield in for the Guardians. Trace Thompson from the number 9 spot trying to add on. There's 1-run advantage now for San Diego. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. Third plate appearance for Thompson of this game. Strikeout victim in the second. A walk in the fifth, and of course all that was against Zach Plesac, the starter today for the Guardians. On the ground foul, third base way this time, and it's 0-2. Plesac still responsible for Beatty, who's at third base, been charged with 4 now. Fouled off to the right again.
He's got the right idea, just like Nola, trying to go the other way there. It's a four-seamer coming at you at 96.
Swing and a miss, and Thompson strikes out. So De Los Santos gets the first out here of the 6th inning.
Stayed away with that fastball. That one at 95. He wanted it up and in, leaks away. Very late on that one.
Second and third, a run in with 1 out, top of the order. And Trent Grisham. 0 for 3 today for Grisham from the top spot in the Padres order. He's popped out to short, flied out to left, and struck out swinging. Infield still in with just the 1 out.
Get something up in the zone, send it to the outfield, loft it that way, sac fly.
Left side, they're all the way to the lip of the grass. Right side about halfway. Beatty at third and Nola at second. 2-0. Sam Henches up in the pen right now, left-hander. Santos first out of the pen for Terry Francona's Guardians. And tied no longer. Padres have taken a 4-3 lead. Looking for more here with 1 out, second and third. Beatty at third. And Nola at second base. Grisham ahead in the count, 2-0. Three and 0. That's ball 4, and that will load the bases. And that's a 5th walk handed out by Guardians pitching in this game. And Cronenworth coming up. Looks like Carl Willis, pitching coach, headed back out again. The infield will join the conversation. Los Santos gave up a double, a strikeout, and now a walk. Let's face his 4th hitter coming up.
Well, it's been kind of rough sledding for Jake Cronenworth against righties this season. A 185 clip, 10 for 54 going into this game. De Los Santos having trouble with the location. He's got the fastball, the breaking ball he can't throw for a strike. See if Jake swings at something early in the zone here, or if he takes one and puts the pressure on De Los Santos.
Bases filled with Friars, and Jake Cronenworth coming up. Cronenworth walked and scored in the first inning. Pitch on an error by the first baseman Josh Naylor in the third inning, and scored a run, and then fly out to left in the fifth. Doesn't have a base hit in this game, but in his career, 353 in the spot. One grand slam on his resume. Cronenworth lifts a fly ball to left. Palacios going back. Will make the catch. Standing at third base is Beatty. He will score, and the Padres take a 5-3 lead. A sac fly for Jake Cronenworth.
First pitch offering something up and away, taking it that way. That's what I'm talking about. Nice swing going the opposite way, lofting that ball to left field. Let's check it out. Actually, that ball was in. I stand corrected. That ball was in. Hands first. He fought it off, got it up, elevated it. Hey, there's a sac fly in the Crone zone as well. Why not?
First and second now with 2 down. Manny Machado. Fourth plate appearance of this game. And the recipient of strike one got a call right there to De Los Santos. Walk in the first for Manny. Homered in the third, a 2-run shot. And then single to center in the fifth. On the ground, foul by Matt Williams in the third base coach's box. Or the thereabouts region. He's not actually standing in the box. No one seems to. See, he's in the thereabouts region of the box. Outside the box, really. Home plate side.
Nothing wrong with thinking outside the box.
We're standing outside the box. 0-2. Get him to chase a slider. Machado's not going to do that. Strike 3 call, and that appears to be down. Well, that will end the inning, but the damage has been done. The Padres get 2 in the inning. Austin Nola with a double drives in the go-ahead run. Sac fly for Cronenworth, and it's the Padres 5. Back in Cleveland, where the Padres have just taken a 5-3 lead as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Clevenger today in his return, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. Walked 3, struck out 4. Plesac on the other side on the hook right now, giving up 4 earned runs in 5 innings of work. And Machado with a walk, a single, and a 2-run home run, and friend Josh Naylor with a single and a couple of runs driven in. But it is a 5-3 Padres lead. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning, and here's the third Padres arm of the day, the Bill Chrisman.
Well, it keeps him off balance. He's got that changeup. He'll show the fastball, but it's the changeup for dough. He's got that big looping curveball as well. And in 5 games, the Bill Chrisman is throwing the ball well and good results. 1.86 ERA. Opponents only hitting 125. A little high on the walks, though. He has 7, but 9 punch-outs for the right-hander.
Luke Maile to lead it off for the Guardians. So Stephen Wilson goes in a third of an inning, giving him a hit. No runs were charged to him, although he allowed 2 inherited runners to score. 2 struck out about him. Chrisman falling behind here to the leadoff hitter. There's a strike. 3-1. With a double in the third inning. Right out to center in the fourth. Palacios waiting on deck, and a strike called. Well, he gets the bad news from home plate umpire Shane Livensbarger. Changing umpires for game 2 today. That's up, and that's ball 4. Leadoff walk. Another walk handed out by Padres pitching. 6 now in the game allowed by Padres pitchers.
Yeah, 6 too many. Although we are looking at a 2-run lead. You got to stop that right now for Chrismat. No more free passes.
Leadoff walk, and Palacios coming up here now for the Guardians. He singled in the infield to short in the 3rd, grounded out to second base in the 5th, and now takes strike 1 with a changeup to get it. Shift on the right side of the infield, but keep it in the infield. Back to the mound. Chrismat will go to second base for 1. That's all they'll get. In the shift, it's Machado covering second base. And they get the lead runner there in Maley. 1-5 on the putout. Reaching at first, Palacios.
Good job feeling your position, Nabil Chrismat. Getting that lead runner is so key. Not rushing the throw. Wasn't the best throw, but still, they get the lead runner there.
One out, Palacios at first base, top of the order. Miles Straw. Straw has popped to short, fly to right, walked, stolen a base, and scored. Chop to third base. Machado will go to second for 1. On to first. It's going to be thrown away. But no further advance there for Straw. He'll get back to the bag at first. You get a lead runner in Palacios for out number 2.
Good turn at second. The throw for Manny, but that one way off guard. And you know what I noticed? Straw immediately ran back to the bag. I don't know whether he flinched towards second base, but if you do that, you're hot.
Better be safe than sorry,
yeah,
probably.
Exactly.
So 2 outs, Straw at first, and Kwan will take strike 1. Kwan struck out swinging in the first, singled to right in the 3rd, and then flat out to left in the 5th. He singled to right in the 3rd, drove in a run. Picked up his 8th RBI. A liner caught by Machado up into the air. Reels it in on the backhand. The line drive, and Machado says no. We head to the 7th inning. The Padres have a 5-3 lead. Manny Machado with some ups. Our doubleheader from Cleveland. A couple of first-round draft choices by the San Diego Padres are going head-to-head. Cal Quantrill, the former Padre, against Mackenzie Gore. Gore 2-0 with a 1.76 ERA. Cal Quantrill 1-1 with a 3.27 ERA. Be about 40 minutes after our first game today. It is a traditional doubleheader, not the day-night kind.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Sam Hench is into the game now.
Well, Sammy throws a fastball, a slider, and a curveball, and he's a ground ball specialist. Always mentioned about the major league average of 43%. This guy is 55% from the left side. About 94, 95 on that fastball. Big, tall left-hander.
The lefty out there. Profar turns around to bat from the right side. And leads it off here in the 7th.
We talk about downward plane dive.
Oh, when you're that tall, it should be downward.
Yeah, 6'6", 245.
Strike call right at the bottom of the zone to Profar, who today has struck out, flied out to center, and walked. It'll be Profar, Hosmer, and Kim scheduled here in the top of the 7th inning. Strike call. Well, celebrate Cinco de Mayo at Petco Park. There's lots to celebrate when the Padres host the Miami Marlins May 5th through the 8th. Learn more at Padres.com/tickets. Fouled off to the right out of play.
That's tomorrow, Donnie.
That is. Tomorrow is the 5th. And the beginning of the series against the Marlins. And the Cubs will be in this next homestand. Well, the Padres head back out again for a 3-city tour again. Taking it the other way to right, and it'll hang up long enough for Quan to come in to make the catch, build the cap high. For the first out here in the 7th inning. Well struck, but in the neighborhood of Quan out there and right, one down. And that'll bring up Eric Hosmer. For 3 today, an RBI single to center field back in the 1st inning. Since then, he's lined out to first and grounded out to second. Down the left field line, foul by the tarp area. As I mentioned, back in the 1st inning, the single by Hosmer produced the Padres' first run of the day.
Yeah, don't throw it up there. He'll crush it. Look at that nice level swing. Spanking that ball to center field. Okay, Bruno scores on that one. Swinging a hot shillelagh.
0-2.
You know, Donnie, I was just looking at the Padres schedule. You mentioned that 3-city tour, right?
Yep.
I think that's the last one of the year.
Really?
Yeah. It's Atlanta, Philly, San Francisco. Then after that, St. Louis, Milwaukee, Chicago, Colorado, Arizona, Los Angeles. All-Star break, 2 cities, 1 city, 2 cities. Yeah.
So we're just coming off this one, which was Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. 3-city tour. Balls, 2 strikes to Eric Hosmer. Jammed and flips it foul. 95, and that was in on the thumbs. A 3-1 lead. Then the Guardians tied it up 3-3. Padres get 2 back in the top of the 6th. For Bob Melvin to make it 5-3. And a little dribble in front of the plate, and the pitcher Henches will throw to first base. Nice play in time to get Hosmer. Looked like Maley, the catcher, wanted that, but Henches played it. 2 down.
You know, Donnie, I stand corrected. End of August. Kansas City, the calendar got me. So I was wrong again. Gladly admit it. Kansas City, San Francisco, LA. So I stand corrected.
One 3-city tour remaining after this next one.
Correct.
Where is it? Kansas City?
Kansas City, San Francisco, Los Angeles.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
No.
At least we're on the right coast. We're at the end. Son Kim batting for the 4th time today. Let's fly to center, grounded to 3rd, and double. Came around to score. 4th Padres run. So Zach Plesac start this game 5+, giving up the 5 runs. Santos an inning and a hit, no runs, and Sam Hentges becomes the 3rd pitcher for the Guardians. And misses and falls behind 2-1.
You know who Hentges kind of reminds me of?
Who's that?
Remember Graham Lloyd?
Yes.
Big tall left-hander for the Yankees.
Yep. Saw a lot of Graham Lloyd over the years.
Australian, right?
Yes.
Well, he was a 4th rounder, Hentges, by the Guardians, then the Indians. Overall, 128th pick.
Strike called, and Kim didn't think so. And right at the bottom of the zone, it did appear to be a strike.
Yeah, 95 at the knees, you bet. Working downhill.
6'6", Sam Hentges. Swinging a foul tip for strike 3 into the catcher's mitt. A 1-2-3 inning and 7th inning stretch. Padres on top 5-3. We were getting booed, and they dropped the sign. There we go.
And we love it.
Turn that thing around.
Oh no, it's Don, Mudd, and Scan.
Boo! Yes.
Just kidding. The best.
Booed. That's what we wanted.
So.
Yes. Thank you for booing.
Yes.
You noticed as Manny Machado and some of the other Padres stars move around the league, they get booed. And if you're not good, you don't get booed.
No.
So we want to be booed on the road. We don't want to be booed at Petco Park.
No, bring it on. On the road.
Chopped up the middle. It is Machado who gets it there in time. Here's Jose Ramirez for the first out here of the 7th.
Well, he can scoot. He was getting down that line nicely, quickly.
Got a stolen base back in the 1st.
There it is from the left side. Manny knows the quick transfer and gets him by a full step.
One out in the 7th inning, and Owen Miller coming up. He's fly to left, struck out looking, and walked.
You know how we were talking about how nice this booth is?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's one of the coolest things I've discovered since being here? I can control the heater underneath the table with my foot. I got my shoe off and I'm like turning the dial to the right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. Is that good for you, the heat?
It is. It's just
too hot?
Well, it's fine.
Okay,
no, it's fine.
just
it's
let
fine.
me know.
No, it's fine.
I can control it.
No,
with my feet. How sweet is that?
I don't think Annie really
Annie, how you doing down
cares
there?
to talk about this.
I was just saying that I'm so happy to hear you guys talk about heaters and you know, cracking the window open. It's 10 degrees cooler down here than it was earlier.
Wow.
So I don't feel my fingers anymore.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay,
You know what, Annie? It is up here too, because he's got the window cracked about 2 full inches now, and the wind is blowing in here. I can tell it's dropped 10 degrees.
That's Donnie setting.
I'm wondering if you guys get yourself like some nice tea, some coffee, hot cocoa. Good, very good.
Grounded to short and unable to play it barehanded is Kim.
I think Nabil may have gotten a hand on that, Don.
Yep, he reached out, that's for sure.
And once again, natural reaction. You know, the thing you kind of hold your breath is when a pitcher reaches with his bare hand, like, you know, you clip a nail or you get your index finger, whatever. Both Grismat and Kim cannot find the handle. he seems to be okay.
One out, one on, and Miller reaching at first base. Here is Josh Naylor. Fourth time today, Naylor has flied to left, grounded out to first, and singled to drive in 2. Line, a fair ball down the left field line into the corner. Owen Miller's headed for third, and he will be stopped at third as the Padres get it back in, but it's a double for Josh Naylor, and all of a sudden second and third with one out here for the Guardians.
Okay, the Guardians got some action going, but I want to tip my cap to the defense and the cutoffs and relays that the Padres defense have displayed this season. Profar's playing a wonderful left field. How quickly he gets to this ball and how he hits the cutoff, man. Everybody's lined up, working crisply to get that ball in. Sure, they've got 2 runners in scoring position, but a nice job by the Padres defense.
Second and third, one out. Arman Rosario, the swing and a miss. A high changeup that time from Crisman. Rosario has fouled out to first, single to left, and walks. Taps it foul. Three for 9 with runners in scoring position are the Guardians today. With one out here in the 7th.
Nola's got to be on his game in case he bounces something here.
Tying runs in scoring position all of a sudden with one out.
And also soft tossing Crisman, right-handed hitter, left side of the infield, be aware. Out in front of that changeup or even the fastball. It's coming your way if it's hit on the ground.
There you go to short. Kim will look the runner back at second. The throw to first is in time, and a run will score. In the back door from third comes Owen Miller. And it's now 5-4 as the Guardians pick up a run.
And you know what? Just looking at the construction of this inning, second and third, one out. Bob Melvin elects to play him back. Here's why I think that is. You don't want to have the Guardians play for the big inning, right? There's still some baseball left. You play back, you get the ground ball. Crisman gets the grounder. You give them a run, but you get an out. If you bring the infield in, there's a chance that the Guardians can, loop something over the heads of the infielders and therefore create a big inning. That's 2 runs then, right?
Andres Jimenez. On the ground right side, Hosmer's going to need help. Over is Crisman, and he gets there. Nice play. 3-1 on the put out. Nice pick by Hosmer, and then Crisman getting over there to cover. And does not appear they're going to challenge this. Bang, bang at first, but they get out of it. The Guardians pick up a run. It's 5-4 San Diego as we head to the 8th in Cleveland. All right, thanks very much, Mike and Mark. This one is popped up foul, backing out of play. Off the bat, Matt Beatty leading it off here for the Friars in the 8th inning. Sam Hentges back out there again for the Guardians in 1-2-3 7th. And he will start the 8th. Guardians are in a shift on the right side. Beatty 1 for 3 today and taps it foul. This copyright telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Did he go? Yes, he did. And they tag him out just to be sure. Second strikeout for Hentges. And the first out here, the 8th inning. For San Diego, now number 20. bring up Austin Nola. 1-run ball game here. It's getting late. The fly to left in the second, struck out swinging in the fourth, double to drive in a run in the sixth inning. Chops one towards shortstop. Rosario waited on it and then fires to first in time to get Nola for the second out of the eighth, and that's 5 in a row retired by Henches.
Played that one nicely. That's knowing who's running. Playing that big hop.
Two down for Trace Thompson out of the number 9 spot today.
Wow. Looks like it was low. That's a good breaking ball right there.
On the outside edge, and it's a ball and a strike. Thompson walked back in the 5th inning, striking out twice today. Missed in, 2-1.
Hey, Donnie, you know what? It looks like Maley behind the plate has got it on his knee. Look at that. The pitch count.
We've seen that before.
Yeah.
Strike called and didn't have to be. Appeared to be down.
Donnie, you're absolutely right. Didn't have to be. Wow.
Swing and a miss, and Trace Thompson strikes out for the 3rd time today. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Padres. Circa Resort and Casino. And by Palomar Health, named World's Best Hospital by Newsweek 3 years in a row. Palomar Health is reimagining the entire patient experience. Last of the 8th inning. It's been a good one here. Game 1 of 2 today from Cleveland. And the Padres holding on to a 5-4 advantage. Moving on to their 4th pitcher of the day. Here's Luis Garcia.
Last time out there was Saturday in Pittsburgh. Pitched the 9th inning. In that outing, a hit, a strikeout. He throws a sinker, slider, and a split finger. You got a 1-point game going on right here. This is a big inning for Luis Garcia.
Maley to lead it off here. 8-9-1 coming up for the Guardians in the 8th. So Krizmak goes 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Didn't walk anybody, didn't strike anybody out. Fly ball, right center field. Thompson moving over, and the Padres right fielder takes care of out number 1. So 1 out here in the 8th, and that'll bring up Palacios. A single back in the 3rd. Mike Clevenger started today for San Diego. 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. Walked 3, struck out 4, and ended up throwing 95 pitches today. And his return to the major leagues. And his return to Cleveland.
Everybody's got to be happy, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. The location started to waver a little bit there towards the end.
And a strike here to Palacios. '97, but away. So Steven Wilson come in for a third of an inning. Walked a couple. Bill Krismat 2 innings, giving up the 1 run. On the ground right side, Cronenworth from the outfield grass for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order, Miles Straw coming up here as the order flips over. From the top spot in the Guardians order, he's popped out to short, flied out to right. Walked, stole a base, scored a run. And last time up, grounded into a fielder's choice. On the ground to Cronenworth, he's busy, and from the outfield grass again, we'll get it there in time. Nice inning for Luis Garcia. We head to the 9th. It's 5-4 San Diego.
So because the right-hander battled back from his second Tommy John surgery, had the fastball going. The velocity was there, 94, 95. He had the changeup as well. He hit his spots with the fastball, went upstairs, kept the changeup down. 4 2/3 boy, they really want him to complete that 5th inning. It did not happen. 4 hits, 3 runs, he struck out 4. I think that's a good day in the big leagues for Mike Clevenger. Welcome back, right-hander.
So it's on to the 9th inning. Padres holding on to a 1-run advantage. And it'll be the top of the Padres order to face the veteran Ryan Shaw back with the Guardians.
Yeah, 2011, started in the big leagues as a 23-year-old with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Was here in Cleveland for a while, then Colorado, Seattle, now back here in Cleveland. Enters his 10th game. Throws the fastball. A lot of sliders, though. Heavy on the slider.
Trent Grisham leading it off. And taking ball 1. Grisham, Cronenworth, and Machado.
I should say heavy on the cutter, the cut fastball. Throws it about 80% of the time. Not a straight fastball, a cutter. We'll mix in a slider and a curveball. Occasionally a changeup.
Skips in, and it's 3-0. We saw him have some really tough outings with the Rockies. Cronenworth waits on deck here in the 9th inning for the Friars.
Yeah, that was that year with the Rockies where they committed to, I think, 2 or 3 relievers.
Yep.
And hoping that they could bridge that gap.
Jake McGee was in there.
Yes, he was.
One pitch, and that's a strike. It's a full count now. Payoff pitch. And that is strike 3. Second time Grisham is down by way of the K today, and has 9 in a row now retired by Guardians pitching. 1 down.
Went back door on that one right there. That's perfect. Right at the knees, outside corner. Can't get any better than that.
One away for Jake Cronenworth. He's been on twice without the benefit of a base hit in this game. Walked in the first, reached on an error in the third. Scored both times, though. Fly to left, and last time up had a sac fly. RBI, the 14th of the year for Jay Cronenworth. Pretty much straight up on Cronenworth. No shift, although shortstop Rosario is over toward second base, but not on the right side of the infield. Ramirez well off the bag at third. Outfield playing for him to go the other way with Straw over towards left center, which means there's a lot of green grass in right center. To first on a couple of hops for out number 2. Shaw gets over there to cover. 2 down. Well, the Padres hit one out of the park today. A 2-run home run from Manny Machado. So you can get a free Jumbo Jack with a large drink purchase tomorrow. Now also on the Jack app. Go Padres.
Yeah, slap some cheese on it.
Jumbo Jacks are delicious.
Oh, believe it.
2 down in the 9th, 10 in a row retired by Guardians pitching, and here's Manny Machado. It's a 1-run game right now, so a save situation, and Taylor Rogers getting ready in the pen for the Padres. It'll be Kwan, Ramirez, and Miller. Really the toughest part of the order for the Guardians. Fly ball, right center field. From right field comes Kwan to make the catch. That ends the top of the 9th inning. Well, it is closing time. Taylor Rogers will be coming into this game in Cleveland. 3 outs away from a win in game.
Luis Garcia in the 8th, 1 inning, 1-2-3. Now, a tough part of the Guardians lineup due up as Taylor Rogers. You take a look at 10 games. He is 9 out of 10 in the save opportunity category. Opponent's only 125 off the fastball, sweeping slider, left-handed throwing Taylor Rogers.
Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, Owen Miller. Anybody gets on, Josh Naylor may have a chance. 1-run game with the Guardians picking up a run at the bottom of the 7th inning to get closer. Good job by Luis Garcia. He had a quick and easy 8th inning, 1-2-3, and now Taylor Rogers takes over. Stephen Kwan, 1-for-4 day, and RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Single went to right. Strike 1. Starts with a slider.
That's such a good pitch. Sharp break. He can throw it to both sides of the plate. Backdoor to the righty. Down and away to the lefty.
Fly ball into shallow left. Out goes Kim. Incoming is Profar, and he makes the running catch. Jurickson Profar. There's some speed into that one coming in from left field and made the grab.
I tell you what, that was a long run for Profar. Let's check it out. Cracking the bat, immediately coming in. Easier play for him. A little flash look and a 2-handed grab. Oh, that first out all the way onto the infield. Jurickson.
1 out in the 9th inning. Here is the toughest out, no doubt, Jose Ramirez. He's walked twice in this game, scored a run. Career against Rogers, not a lot of success. 1 for 14, but the one part was a home run. And this is a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 9th. Went around, he offered. Slider fooled him. 1-1. Not hold up.
Looked like he kind of changed his mind in the middle.
He did. Swing and a miss. Fooled him again on the slider. And that one had even more break to it.
Yeah, I mean, that pitch from the lefty coming into the righty, it looks so inviting because it's kind of low 3/4, and you see that spinner, and it looks like it's going to be a really good pitch, and bang, out of the zone. No reason not to throw him another one right here.
Back foot. Tried it, but not tantalizing enough. 2-2. Six in a row retired by Padres pitching. Starting with Krismat in the 7th inning, Luis Garcia in the 8th, and Rogers has the first out here in the 9th. Two to Ramirez. Down and in. Fastball. Full count now. And again, Ramirez has already walked twice today. Owen Miller waits on deck for the Guardians. In the air, out ahead, foul down that left field line. A off pitch to Ramirez. Squibbed back to the mound. Lots of English on it, but Rogers has got it, and he throws out Ramirez for out number 2. Right off the end of the bat, it was spinning out to the mound, and Rogers fields and gets it. 2 down.
How about that? The deep, long fly ball foul, and then the squibber. Take your time now.
Checked up, too.
Yeah, it did. That's a big out. Don't need to tell you that, Donnie.
2 down in the 9th inning. And then it brings up Owen Miller. He was flied out to left, struck out looking, walked and reached on an infield hit. Guardians are actually out hitting the Padres 7-6, but Padres holding on to a 5-4 lead here in game 1. Just one AB against Rogers, and he struck out. Fly ball right field. Thompson is there. He makes the catch, and the Padres take game 1 today. They hold on to defeat the Guardians 5-4, the final from Cleveland in game 1. A game that takes 3 hours and 15 minutes. Clevenger starts it. He is back with the Padres again. Not part of the decision, but a good day all the way around. Game 1, it's 5-4. Padres win it. It's time now for Padres Live, the post-game show. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store?